Mr. Partha Kamal.
So what I wanted to share today was 10 lessons learned, as well as what Atlassian is doing to help you migrate. I don't think we're going to have enough time to go through the 10 lessons, so I'm just going to focus on what Atlassian is doing to help customers migrate from server to cloud. So I'll cover 4 areas: how we're helping you, from a cost perspective, how we're helping you from a planning perspective, how we're helping you from a technical support perspective, and also what kind of migration tooling we're providing. So firstly, helping with costs. So last year in September, we released extended cloud trials. So if you own a server or data center license today, you can activate a free extended cloud trial license that will last the period of your server or data center maintenance. So for example, if you have 6 months left on your server or data center maintenance, this license will last you 6 months so that you can test out cloud as well as migrate to the cloud at your own pace. It's a minimum of 60 days, but could be as long as 1 or 2 years depending on how much maintenance you have left on your license. So this is one of the ways we're helping you try cloud and migrate to it without having to pay for both server and cloud. The other thing we're doing is providing you a discount for unused maintenance. So you don't have to wait till your server license expires or your data center license expires. You can just contact our customer service team, say, hey, you've migrated to the cloud, you're about to purchase the cloud license. Can you get a discount for your remaining maintenance on server or data center? And they'll apply that discount to your cloud license. And lastly, a recent change, we've offered loyalty discounts for our larger migrations. So if you're migrating 1,001 users or more to the cloud, we will provide a 55% discount over the first year. That discount will last over 3 years, but diminish over time. So the next year will be 40%. The remaining year will be 20%. But that's a pretty huge discount over that 3-year time, and it's available for a limited time, so please take advantage of that. So next area is how we're helping you with planning. Planning is the most critical stage of the cloud migration, and it's the longest stage. The more time you spend upfront in planning and identifying dependencies, ensuring you understand the compromises, and spending time on the optimizations at the end of the migration, the better your migration will be, right? So we're offering comprehensive guides here. For smaller licenses, your migration won't be that complex, but every migration is kind of a little bit different. So you can mix and match the steps that you want. And to make it easier, we're offering one-stop shop for all things migrations. So if you go to atlassian.com/cloud-migrations, you can find all the information I'm talking about here today. So you'll find how to activate your extended cloud trial license. You'll find links to the comprehensive planning guides we have there. So this is the easy place to get all of your information. Next, kind of how we're helping you with technical support. So we have a dedicated migration support team that works worldwide that specialize in migrations, because we understand how complex migrations are and how high pressure those production migration downtime can be, right? You have a limited downtime in order to do your production migration before you impact end users. So we want to make sure that we can help you during that time to be successful in that migration. So that includes that dedicated support team, but we also introduced weekend support with those dedicated specialists on that weekend. You just need to contact us 2 weeks before doing your production migration. Let us know you're doing it, and we'll make sure that there's weekend support available during your production migration. Again, we know you don't want to impact your end users. That's why you want to migrate on the weekend, and so we want to be available when you need us. And recently, we've also released enhanced support for 1,001 user migrations, because we understand large instances are higher pressure. And so what we'll do, whether you're working directly with Atlassian or you're working with a partner like Amrit, we'll review your migration plan for any known issues. And we'll make sure that you can avoid those issues as you plan your production migration. And then lastly, we've created this form to make it easy to connect you to the right partner for you, like Amrit. So you can go to this form and find a partner. Like some of the customers talked about previously, migrations is not necessarily a skill set that you need to develop in your organization, right? And it can be daunting when you're going through it the first time. And so having a partner there available to help you can be really useful, as they'll navigate all of those known issues and help you kind of understand how to have a successful migration. I just want to quickly share a quote from one of our customers, Redfin, who recently went through a migration. And I wanted to share this because it kind of highlights just how much our support team is willing to do to ensure that your migration is successful. Lastly, helping with migration tooling. Previously, the last 2 years, a lot of those migration steps were quite manual, and our product teams have been working really hard to make sure that we can make that process a lot more smooth and seamless for you. So we've got migration assistants that are server apps that you can download from our marketplace and install on your server application in order to help you perform that migration. So in 2018, we actually launched the Confluence migration assistant that allows you to migrate space by space to the cloud. Also, we'll migrate your users. So you basically can select what you want to migrate, where you want to migrate to, and it will help you migrate. We got a lot of great feedback on this, that everyone asked, where is your Jira Cloud Migration Assistant? We're actually launching that next month, right, in March. So the Jira Migration Assistant will allow you to migrate project by project and also allow you to migrate your users. It really solves that pain point of trying to migrate from an existing server instance to an existing cloud instance, because now you can merge those using that tool. It's available right now for an early access program, so if you're interested and you need it to do a migration before next month, then you can always go to this link and get access to that Jira Migration Assistant. But we're not stopping there. We know that apps are a very important part of your Atlassian use, and so we want to help you assess which apps are being used, so that you can decide which apps you want to take over to the cloud. Right? You can mark which apps are critical for you, and that data also helps us understand which vendors to work with to make sure that they have a smooth migration process. This is currently available in Confluence, and we will be releasing it in Jira in a couple of months as well. And the part that we're just starting development on now is an app migration framework. So we understand that migrating apps can be quite complex and can elongate your process, because you kind of have to work with every vendor individually, and each vendor might have a different app migration process for their apps. So what we want to do is create a framework that those vendors can adopt and make that app migration an integrated part of our migration process. Right? So this is one of the big pain points that customers have talked to us about. And so I wanted to share that we're working on that right now in order to make that available to you over the next 6 or 9 months. And this is just a quote from Russell, who's an long-term Atlassian champion. He's been using Server for many, many years and has recently moved to cloud and is not looking back. So with that, we're really confident that cloud will be the best experience for many of our customers. And so that's why we've given that extended cloud trial license. Just a reminder again, if you have a server or data center license, you can go and activate that extended cloud license today, and it will last for the period of your maintenance, or a minimum of 60 days at least. So you can trial the cloud and you can migrate to it at your own pace. So don't wait, reach for the cloud, and that's my update. Any questions?
analytics from AWS, right? So we can move data to its databases, let's say RDS or Redshift. So how are we opening up? Is it open for analytics? Because majority of the larger organizations probably they use either Jira or Project Server, whatever as their project management tool. But for the analytics now, Tableau or ETL softwares are much more used. So how are you opening up? Or is that available or it's in the pipeline? What's your strategies around that?
So you mean access to the data to be able to do reporting?
Yes.
Right. So we do have a lot of marketplace apps like a Tableau app to integrate to Tableau as well as Power BI. But we also provide access to the data through APIs. So you can use APIs to pull any of the data that you need and populate it into a data warehouse if you need to. So those are kind of the two options that you have.
Yeah. Following up on that, if you take Project Server on cloud, right? There we can only pull the denormalized data. Right.
Sorry?
Pull only the denormalized data. It's not like everything you can pull using APIs. That's a limitation of Project Server on cloud. So how does it go with here? If I have a Jira, can I pull all the data which I have put, or it's only the limited data which is reporting specific that you're allowing to pull?
Pretty much any data that you need to report on, you can pull using the APIs.
Okay. So it's only denormalized data that you're allowing to pull, not the structure by itself, right?
Maybe let's follow up after. I want to understand exactly what kind of data you want to pull,
yeah.
And I can follow up and make sure that it's available. But I definitely know that customers have been able to access whatever they've needed for their reporting.
Yeah, thank you.
There are a couple of products which are integrated with the Jira. For example, Crucible is there for a code review. So do you see those are also, getting migrated if somebody takes an Jira on cloud? Do you see those products are also getting migrated, or they are going to run on-prem and then Jira runs on cloud?
Yeah, so Bamboo, Fisheye Crucible, and Fisheye Crucible are not moving to the cloud. We do have a lot of similar functionality in our Bitbucket cloud. So we have pipelines that can do similar things as Bamboo. And you can do pull requests in Bamboo Cloud, similar to kind of what you can do in Crucible. So it's not a 100% one-to-one functionality, but yes, we have no plans at the moment to move Bamboo, Fisheye Crucible to the cloud. A lot of our customers have moved to Bitbucket Cloud to try and get similar functionality.
Sure, thanks.
Just a recovery or the recovery point, if you can talk about little on that, on the cloud Jira.
Yeah, we do have disaster recovery processes in place. You can look at our Atlassian.com/trust site, and it will walk you through what we do for that.
Okay, just to clarify, just want to know whatever license we buy, it's a policy same, or we have to pay more for certain things to be managed?
No, it's the same for every cloud.
Okay.
Cloud Standard and Cloud Premium.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Partha.
Yeah.
Currently, we are using an interface called TFS for Jira from connecting TFS with our Jira server. So if we are moving out of on-prem Jira server to cloud, will I be able to retain that functionality? I mean, I have a TFS server, so which is not Atlassian, Microsoft TFS server, and we are using an interface called TFS for Jira. So if I'm moving from on-prem to cloud, how is it going to be supported?
Can I follow up with you on that?
Yeah.
I'll take that during the lunch.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.